Hello YouTube friends, it's me Theosha Talks, and today on Vlogmas day number 10 we are going to do some floral arranging. I buy my flowers from Kroger usually on Oakland, and because they usually have the best selection of flowers. Um, these different bouquets, I bought this one um, a couple of days ago, and then these have like a bunch of different kind of flowers in them, and then I also bought some baby's breath, as you can see there. So the first thing that you usually do when you get them is take them out of the packaging. I had done that already because I had started a video and it did not, yeah, we had some issues. Anyway, let's just give you the basics. I love flowers. I am learning how to arrange them. I'm not very good at it, but you have to try some things that you're not very good at just to be doing something. So that's what I'm doing. Um, they come with these little packets of plant food. I usually use like half of a packet um, in a container like this big. So I've already prepared one for this. So like half a packet is in here. And then I also have a mason jar because some of these um, are smaller or shorter than the others. So I don't know the names of flowers or like anything like that, but I pick what looks pretty and just what I'm in the mood for. So these particular ones, they have kind of like a slight like cinnamon smell to them, which is interesting. Um, and these right here come on like a really thick stalk, and then it's got all these little ones. You usually take like the smaller leaves and stuff off of here, and you take those off just because once they get in the water, they will make the water kind of gross looking and get really muddy looking very quickly. So I try to take off as many of those as early as possible and before I put them in the water. Anyway, so you've got these big stalks like this, and then they've got smaller flowers on them. So these are probably going to be too short to put in this vase here. So I will put those in the mason jar. But what I'm going to do now is just go through with a pair of scissors and just cut them off at an angle. And, you know, I don't know. It's hard to talk and do things at the same time. I'm realizing that. So I apologize. But anyway, so let me get through this fairly quickly. I will probably leave the ones that are at the top up there and use this as like a small little bush type deal. And then I will go through these and mix them all up. And let's put these on another thing. I figured that this video is probably going to take a little bit longer than I'm anticipating, just based on the fact that I have not done any prep work. So I apologize for that. So if you just really want to get into it, my students are going in and out of the house, so I apologize for any door slams and running and laughing and all of that you may hear. They're at lunch currently. Let's see here. I usually kind of measure it to see how far down I need to do it, so I can probably cut off about that much. Like I said, this is something that I'm not necessarily good at, but I just like doing it because I like flowers. I take pictures of my flowers for Instagram, and I'll usually put those up. And my Instagram name is Theosha Talks, just like it is here, so you can definitely follow me there. I don't know. I really don't have much to say. Today is kind of a weird day. I've got one of my student workers is not able to come in today. Or actually, I don't have one on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm forgetting what day it is. But my Monday, Wednesday, Friday guy, he did not come in yesterday. So I am in the kitchen today for lunch, kind of like cleaning up dishes and stuff like that. Just based on the fact that I need some student help. But it's at the end of the semester, so it's not like I'm getting ready to get anybody new in here now. So we will just let that be what it is, going about our business. Now I'm going to take this one off and put this one in there. So once you've got your flowers in your vase, you will change the water probably every 2 to 3 days just to keep it fresh, because you want um, you want the blooms to stay as bright and like pretty as possible for as long as possible. I kept my last bunch, I think, for like, I mean, for a good, what, 12 or 14 days. It was very interesting. I didn't change the water that much, but they really held up. These are super pretty, and they look very dull and ready to fall apart, but hopefully we can bring some life into them since we're going to put them in water. So what I was going to tell you too is that I usually buy the flowers that are on sale, the discounted ones, and I do that because um just to keep it budget friendly, and also because those are the ones that may never get arranged or see the light of day, so to speak, in an actual vase. So I'm giving them an opportunity to, be pretty and be seen by others, mostly just me. I like to have flowers in my room. The students here at the house, when they were doing, I can't remember if it was before recruitment or what they were doing. No, it was for recruitment. And they had like these small mason jars on the tables, and they were on our dining room tables, and they looked so cute, and they lasted for such a long time. And that just kind of inspired me to get some flowers of my own and to kind of keep up this practice. So for the last couple of months, I have been buying flowers and putting them up. I usually take a picture of them. I get my angles and all of that, and then I put it up on Instagram just because that's what I like to do. And, it's just me getting another hobby, so to speak, because I think it's important for you to have things that you enjoy and hobbies that you like to do. So I was just checking my time, seeing where I am on this, so I'm not just blathering on, and trying to get as many different kind of flowers in here as possible. And like I said, I'm not professional, of course. This is something that I just like to do. They have, I'm sure there's tutorials somewhere on YouTube about how to arrange flowers and all this other stuff. I just, like I said, I just put stuff together that makes me happy. And that's really all that matters in life. I think a lot of times we spend so much time trying to make things perfect, when really, in reality, you just need to find some of the little things that you like, and just go with that. Life isn't perfect. Life is full of ups and downs and silly stuff and foolishness. I have a little garbage can down here. I'm not just throwing these on the floor. In case you were wondering. I do try to make some kind of balance to them where, if I've got enough flowers to do something to make it symmetrical, so to speak. And, sometimes that's possible and sometimes it isn't. And you just kind of go with it. I think I'm going to take that out. Put that there. Let that stand up tall there. And, yeah, I mean, and that's really all there is to it. You're just taking flowers and putting them in there. There is like a way to do things where you use tape to put over the vase to kind of like create a grid on top of it, and then you can put the flowers in, and then you can get a better idea of like the symmetry of the flowers. But like I said, I like to do them freehand and just stuff flowers in here and see what comes out of it, and then I adjust it. So I try to find colors that I like and that occur naturally. I'm not a fan of flowers that are dyed, because you can dip flowers, like white flowers, in colored water, and they end up taking on the color of the water. We did that when we were like in grade school as small children. So that's something that I've always known. But they also like dye flowers too, and I'm just not into that. I want flowers that look pretty much how they look out in nature. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm sorry this isn't something that's really interesting. I'm trying to hurry up and get something together and do this, and it's hard to talk in a conscious thread as well as cut and arrange these flowers. So maybe what I will do is just finish arranging these and put them, like I said, on Instagram. But yeah, just do the kind of things that you like to do. Like, you know, you can sit around. I mean, I'm a single person. I'm a single woman, and so you could be sitting around going, "Oh my gosh, nobody ever gets me flowers," or you could just go buy some freaking flowers. Like, and so that's what I did. I go buy my flowers, I put them together because I like them. I mean, life is too short to be waiting around for somebody to do something that you can do for yourself. Um, and it's a good gesture. Don't get me wrong. So for those who do receive flowers or who give flowers, don't stop doing that. And definitely, you know, it's okay. But I want to enjoy as many of them as I can when I can. And if I can do that myself, then that's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. I like to add in little pieces of baby's breath. I love when the baby's breath is on sale. This little bunch that I got to yesterday, or whatever day I bought it, I can't remember, was only 99 cents. And, you know, depending on, sometimes it can be a little pricey, but a lot of times it's fairly inexpensive. It just depends on, you know, like when you're buying it. Like if you're buying it when it's like super fresh, or if you're buying it, you know, a little later in life, so to speak. So let's get a couple more flowers in here and get it all situated. But yeah, let's see. Take these leaves off. And that's just too short. I cut it off to the side and realized that it was just too short. And then sometimes you can also put like ones that have like these little buds on them. See how that's like a little tiny bud? And sometimes those buds will open up over time. You just got to give them time to do so. I like this color combination. It's like pinks and purples and different shades of the pinks and purples. I wish I had some more carnations. There's like a tiny one. I think it might be too short to put in there, so I'll use that in a mason jar. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing this and fill it up as time goes by. But I think this is coming together quite nicely, and I can probably go ahead and stop on this one. Let me put this back here. Oh yeah, that's good. And so this is a simple arrangement. Let me move these out of the way so they're not distracting from the view. And see how quick and easy that was? And I've got a nice little display. Now these will probably perk up a little bit, but we got to give them time because this is the first time that they're in water. So they've been hanging out in the room at room temperature and not in water. And so tomorrow they'll probably perk up a little bit, or maybe even today. So we'll just have to see. So that's it. I usually do that. Maybe like, well, I wait until, you know, however long it takes for them to start looking bad and not throw them away. But I do this as often as, you know, once every 2 weeks to sometimes once a week. If you get some flowers that are very delicate and they just don't last very long, then you just throw them out and get some more. I decided to fit floral arrangements and flowers into my budget. The bouquets that I bought were probably, well, no, I know they were less than $3. Like one of them was like $2.49, and the other one may have been $3. And like I said, the baby's breath was like $1. So it just really depends on what you want to invest in, and if it's things that you like and what makes you happy, then I don't see any problem with it. And I think a lot of times people probably should spend a little more doing something like this instead of something that's destructive or harmful. So with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow on Veda Day number 11. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.